Students, in this video we are going to study about series and parallel combination of resistances. In the previous lecture we have studied what is the meaning of a resistor. We have also seen what a resistor looks like, and we also know that the unit of resistance is ohms. Also students, remember that this is the symbol of resistance. When a current I passes through the resistance and V is the potential difference between the two ends of the resistance, R is the value of the resistance, then you have the formula V is equal to IR. You can also write I is equal to V upon R. These are some basic things you must understand. Let us start with series connection of resistances. What is the meaning of series connection of resistances? We will first of all study the combination of two resistances. Then we will extend it to any number of resistances. Suppose students, you have got these two resistances whose values are R1 and another resistance whose value is R2. Now, say only one end of the two resistances are joined. The two resistances are connected to each other at only one point. Then such combination is called as series combination of resistance. Suppose you have a third resistor and you join the third resistor also in this manner such that R2 and R3 have only one endpoint in common. Then we say that R1, R2 and R3, all of them are connected in series. Now, we want to first of all study about only two resistances in series. So let me remove R3. Now suppose students, current I is flowing through the resistance R1. Now you know what is the meaning of current? Current is the rate of flow of charge, Q by T. So whatever charge is entering from R1, the same charge is coming out from R2. Whatever charge is leaving R1, यहाँ से ये पॉइंट से R1 में से करंट बाहर निकलता है, तो ये पॉइंट में R2 में करंट एंटर होता है. So the current that is leaving R1 is entering R2. So I can say that the current flowing through R1 and R2 is same. So let me write it down so that you understand, you don't get confused. Remember, when resistances are connected in series, current is same, but potential difference is not same. Suppose this is point A, point B, and this is point C. Then potential difference between points A and B, VAB, I would call as V1. Potential difference between points B and C, I would call as VBC is equal to V2. And the total potential difference from A to C, VAC, let me call it as V. Then this is V1, this is V2, and I can have V is equal to V1 plus V2. So potential difference is not same. Remember this, students. So whenever resistances are connected in series, the current flowing through the resistances is same, but the potential difference across the resistances is not same. Now in our case, once again I remind you, the value of the two resistors are R1 and R2. Now students, if V1 is the potential difference across R1, then we can have V1 is equal to I multiplied by R1. V1 is the potential difference across R1, current flowing through R1 is I, so V1 is equal to I R1, and V2 is equal to, now V2 is the potential difference across R2, current flowing through R2 is I, so V2 can be written as I R2. From here, if I substitute the value of V1 and V2 in this equation, then I will have V is equal to V1 plus V2, that means I R1 plus I R2. I can now take out I common, so we will have V is equal to I multiplied by R1 plus R2. Now the question is, if I remove these two resistors and replace with one single resistor, then this circuit would be equivalent to a new arrangement where I have one single equivalent resistance which is equivalent to the effect of these two resistances. ये एक सिंगल रेजिस्टेंस इन दोनों के इफेक्ट के बराबर होगा. तो क्या होगा? Now current is same. So if current is I and potential difference is V, then in this case we would have V is equal to I Req. This value of V, I Req, if I substitute here, then we will have I Req is equal to I multiplied by R1 plus R2, cancelling I from both sides. So equivalent resistance is R1 plus R2. That is the derivation, mathematical derivation of equivalent resistance for two resistors connected in series. Instead of two resistance, if we would have had three resistances, then also students, we will have V is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. Then if I take I common, we would have V is equal to I multiplied by R1 plus R2 plus R3, but V is equal to I multiplied by Req. If I equate this two, we will have Req is equal to R1 plus R2 plus so on plus R3. This was for three resistances. If I have more than three resistances, suppose there are n resistances, we can extend the formula and we can write Req is equal to R1 plus R2 plus so on till Rn. So students, that was the mathematical derivation for resistances connected in series. Now we will study resistances connected in parallel. You may pause your video, go through this much, understand, and the same kind of derivation is given in your textbook also. You should be able to understand your textual derivation now when you read through this. Let's proceed with resistances in parallel. But before I proceed, there is one thing I would like you to remember. Equivalent resistance will be greater than R1 and it will be greater than R2 also, because it is equal to sum of the two resistances. In this case also, equivalent resistance will be greater than individual resistance. So remember this. Whenever we connect resistances in series, the total resistance increases. So equivalent resistance is always greater than the individual resistance. Resistance बढ़ गया तो current कम हो जाएगा. When resistance increases, the current decreases. So whenever resistances are connected in series, the amount of current flowing through them will decrease. That was all about equivalent resistances, students. Remember, when they are connected in series, the equivalent resistance is greater than each individual resistance. Now let's go on to parallel resistance. Students, see these connections that I have drawn on the board. This is a connection of parallel combination of resistances. See, these are two resistances R1 and R2, and these two endpoints of the two resistances are connected to the same point. The other two endpoints are also connected to the same point. If you have three resistances, then three endpoints of all the three resistances are connected to the same point, and other three resistances are also connected to the same point. Like that, you can have any number of resistors connected in parallel. Now students, when resistors are connected in parallel, remember, in a parallel combination, current is not same, but potential difference is same. So in a parallel combination, potential difference is same, current is different. In a series combination, current is same, potential difference is different. Now students, whatever current enters from point A, that current distributes into the two branches. A part of the current goes into R1, let's call it as I1. Another part of the current goes into I2, let's call it as R2. So I1 will, see from here current I is entering, that I splits into two parts, I1 and I2. I2 will go into R1, and when it comes out, it will pass through B. Similarly, I2 will go to R2 and again it will pass through B. So finally, the current flowing out of B is once again I. Similarly, here you can have current I1 through R1, current I2 passing through R2, and current I3 passing through R3. Now, in this case, first case, you will have total current I is equal to I1 plus I2. And in this case, you will have the total current I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Now students, you know the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. That means I is equal to V by R. So from that case, from that formula, in this case, in the first case you will have I1 is equal to V by R1 and I2 is equal to V by R2 by Ohm's law. Now V will remain same in both the cases. Now students, if I put the values of I1 and I2 in this equation, then we will have I is equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2. That means I can write I is equal to, I can take out V common, and in bracket we will have 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Now students, this is one equation. If I remove these two resistors and in its place, if I have a single resistor equivalent to the combination, let me call it as Req. Current I flowing through it is I, and the potential difference across the two ends A and B is also same, that is V. Then V is equal to I Req will imply I is equal to V upon Req. Now if I substitute this value of I in the above equation, then we would have V upon Req is equal to V multiplied by 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. That's it. Now if I cancel V gets cancelled, then we would have the equation 1 upon Req is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. If you see these equations, students, and try to understand mathematically, you will realize that the resistance decreases. So students, when resistors are connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance is less than the combination of resistances, than the individual resistances. So remember, in series combination, the equivalent resistance is greater than individual resistances. In parallel combination, the equivalent resistance is less than the individual resistances. We could have extended this formula to more than two resistors, and we could have written it as 1 upon Req is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus so on till 1 upon Rn. So that is the formula for equivalent resistance of a parallel combination of resistances. Now students, this formula can be applied in various situations to find the resistances of complicated circuits. Let us take one example of a complicated circuit. Students, see this connection here. We are having resistance R1, R2 and R3. Here resistances R2 and R3 are connected in parallel. Let us denote that equivalent resistance as Rp. Then Rp is in series with R1, and further this connection can be drawn in a simplified form like this. You are having two resistances. One resistance is R1, the other resistance is Rp. But what is Rp? It is a parallel combination of R2 and R3. First of all, let's find out Rp. Suppose the current I is flowing through these two resistances and the potential difference across the two endpoints is V. Then 1 upon Rp can be written as 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. I can simplify this and write as 1 upon Rp is equal to, if I take LCM, then we would have R1 plus R2 upon R1 R2. So Rp can be written as R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, that is Rp. Now students, this resistance Rp is in series with R1. So our series resistance can be written as R1 plus Rp. On substituting the values, we would have Rs is equal to R1 plus, what is Rp now? Rp is R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Now if we simplify, I have made a mistake, sorry. these two resistances are R2 and R3. So we will have to write here R2, R3 throughout everywhere. Let's make that correction. R2, R3. Now students, this is R1 of course. This is R2, R3. This is also R2 and R3. Let's simplify this further. If we take LCM, we would have the final combination of these three resistances will be RS is equal to, now on taking LCM we will have R1 R2 plus, let me write R2 R3 first, plus R3 R1 upon R1 plus R2. Now if I have to find out the current flowing through these resistances, then the formula for current is potential difference upon resistance, equivalent resistance. So current will be potential difference upon this is the equivalent resistance. So since equivalent resistance is in the denominator, I would have to write this as a reciprocal. Then I would have V multiplied by R1 plus R2 divided by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1. So that is students just a simple example of how complicated connections of resistances can be simplified by using this formula. So that was all about combination of resistances, series and parallel combinations. In the next video we will go ahead with EMF of cells. Let us proceed with the next video.